doesn't show, but the pain still grows. Some strangers to you and me. The feeling coming in the air tonight. Hold on.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, people? It's your boys. It's the No Man Fantasy Sports Podcast. What's going down? It's your boy, Mr. What Up, man. What up, people?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Man,
What up?
Frenzy.
we're kind of light tonight. I don't know. We got people coming in and going, showing up late, whatever. But
Sorry,
just
man.
so you know, and Stino, I got a good fact for you before we even get started, brother.
Oh yeah, let's hear this one.
We have been bitch ass free for 5 years now.
Oh, okay. Bitch ass free for 5 years. I like that.
Well, since I started with you, my friend, we got the man from the Midwest tearing down city by city wherever he goes. My man Stino, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
We got the man, he popped in.
Yo.
Now he popped back in. My man, bro. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Chilling.
Bro.
Back
man, slow motion, man.
taking on the sports desk tonight. You only see half of his face right now, so consider yourself lucky. I'm What up, LB? What's going on, man?
What's good, guys?
Chilling. And of course, my guy, the three-time fantasy football, NoMaaM fantasy football champion, the greatest co-host in podcast history. What's going on, Wes?
What's going on, Mitch? Gentlemen, welcome.
Man, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. We got a scraggler. Is that how they say it? Scraggler?
Scraggler.
Yeah, Scraggler. Yeah.
He's coming in. We got Drew. Whoa, bro, you look very
Alive.
Trying to
get my lighting together, brother.
I'm just saying, like
he
That was
looked
a
like he's
ghost
about to
story.
tell a
I'm waiting.
campfire
Yeah, I'm
story.
waiting for a. That's what it was, Wes. I'm waiting for a ghost story. This one time in 1947.
Shut up.
You shut your face. We got a lot to talk about, people. We, as you guys know, the Are You Serious is, of course, but free agent frenzy. Fuck the draft. We were just talking about this before we got on air. Forget the draft, man. I think, and Bro, since you weren't part of the conversation, I'll ask you: do you think that because as crazy as this free agency has been so far, and I say so far because tomorrow's the day it's going to get buck shit crazy, does it alter the draft?
Yes.
Bro, what do you think? No, he's frozen. There he goes. Oh, there he goes again. All right, Wes, what are you saying? You know.
Yes, it does. But I don't think the movement seen kind of will sway it. I still think quarterbacks may go early.
Okay. There you go.
I just what I hear with Cleveland,
What do you think?
I just worry that they may pick a veteran.
Well, you got to also take into account, Wes, that Russ and Aaron Rodgers are both June 1st cuts. So with him being June 1st cuts, it saved the dead cap this year to where they'll have to split it within the next 2 years. But there's still two free agents out there for quarterback wise, and got the Steelers without a quarterback, and you got.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Teams still want these guys. Like, I understand your point. Like, hey, let's cut them. But teams like the Giants would
The
still.
Giants going to take one of them. The Giants have to take one of those guys. I mean, come on. I mean,
yeah, they struck out on Matthew Stafford, man. So they gonna go after somebody, man.
Giants, what guys could fall to them?
What'd you say?
I said Giants sitting at 3. One of these quarterbacks could fall to them, but it's not a good position to be in because you don't want to because they could be ass out if they go 1-2.
Yep.
I mean, I just don't understand why they're not doing like. If anything, you're seeing all these quarterbacks sign. Why don't you just go after, like an Aaron Rodgers or a Russell Wilson, solidify that quarterback position for now, go a round or two in the draft where you're building your team, which you need to do. I mean, it's the Giants being the Giants. I mean, I guess that's
Right. Yeah.
what
Exactly.
it's come down to.
Yep.
And so what I'd like to do is kind of go around to everybody and ask them first about your team, and then we'll talk about we'll talk about other teams in the league. And then I really want to talk about you guys. What are your expectations for tomorrow? Like, what do you think tomorrow the big move is going to be? So, Wes, I'll start with you, Wes. What do you like that the Rays have done so far? Position themselves to do? Like, what are you looking at?
They got an adult in the quarterback room. I'm happy about that.
Okay.
I'll just start there. What I think that does for them, hopefully they take a skill position early in the draft, but I don't want them to. I want them to probably come back to quarterback, maybe third, fourth round with somebody else. But I'm happy with Gino. Like I said, it just kind of elevates our quarterback room. I like he ain't gonna be great, super, but he just elevates that quarterback room from what we had the last couple of years.
Did they release AOC?
No, he's still on contract.
So I mean,
there.
if anything, he's going to benefit from having Gino there, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
I mean, that'll be good. I mean, I would have liked to seen you guys get a stud receiver in this in the free agency.
Stack. Right now, I'm like stack talent. Like I didn't want a stud because I don't think the Raiders are win now. Like I still don't think they're win. I want them to keep building. I know it's Pete Carroll and
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, if you guys could have got a free agent wide receiver like a D Hop or
Amari Cooper again.
Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf, I still think you guys would want to with Tyler Lockett. That's my personal opinion.
I think Tyler Lockett will be there tomorrow.
Right. I don't think he moves the needle for me, but I get it.
Okay. Stino.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa, hey.
He's back.
I know he's back. You know, Stino's back when he does that. Talk about your team. You guys made some good moves.
Yeah, man, we made a couple good moves.
Better moves than your choice of a shirt tonight. Because
hey, man,
I didn't even think that was the shirt to begin with.
Hey, man, we finally got 60 degrees in Indiana for the first time in a while, bro. You feel me? Gotta try to get a little.
It was 72 today here, so I can't.
Yeah, see, that's another reason why everybody late, man. They trying to get out and enjoy the weather a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't make excuses for them.
Yeah, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Anyways, man, yeah, man, my Colts, man. I think I made a couple good moves, especially in the secondary, bro. That was our weakest part of our defense last year, on top of being the number one team in missed tackles and all that, man. We brought in Charvarius Ward from San Francisco, man. Huge signing. I love that aspect, pairing him with Kenny Moore, the young kid, Juju Brents, if he can get back from injury and actually stay on the field, man. I think that'll be a nice little cornerback field, especially adding in Jalen Jones as well, who's been playing fairly well the past couple years from being a 7th round pick 2 years ago. And adding Cam Bynum from Minnesota as well. I think that's another big addition, especially having Nick Cross be a free agent. Julian Blackmon's a free agent as well. So we definitely had to be able to fill that void, especially from Julian Blackmon leaving. Kind of expected Nick Cross to be gone. He showed some improvement this year, but I don't think he showed enough to warrant getting an extension and staying. So I did kind of expect him to be gone, but little disappointed to see.
They did cut him, though? They did cut him?
I do believe so, yeah. Okay. I do believe so. I could be wrong. Ryan might have to stat check that real quick, fact check that, but I do believe Nick Cross is a free agent along with Julian Blackmon. So,
I did want to ask you a question, though, and this has been on my mind. I think I saw this late last night. What is your honest feeling about? I mean, I don't know if it was true hearing that potentially, they'd be open to trade Anthony Richardson, or I mean, they bring in Daniel Jones. Is that really competition? But I mean, that's just me.
Well, I mean, I've never been real high on Daniel Jones. I think all y'all have heard me say that before, man. But one thing I'll say about, excuse me, one thing I'll say about his tenure with the Giants, uh, and what will be different here in Indianapolis with him is the fact that now he has an offensive line that's going to be able to block for him.
That's
He
and we saw what Daniel Jones was able to do with the good offensive line that one year that they were healthy.
Yeah. He didn't perform bad whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I think the receiving core, granted, we were one of the top teams in drops last year. I do think the receiving core might be probably the best receiving core he's ever been able to play with.
Oh yeah, by far.
Obviously, I'm not going to put Jonathan Taylor above Saquon Barkley, but Jonathan Taylor's a top 5 running back that he's going to have at his disposal as well, bro. So, I mean, I think Daniel Jones, if he does get the opportunity to come in and start, which is a very good possibility given Anthony Richardson's injury history already in his young 2-year career. I think even if he does come in and have to start 2 or 3 games, I think he could very well give Anthony Richardson a very, very competitive competition for that quarterback spot, man.
Awesome. Shout out to Kelly in the chat, by the way, queen of the chat. Love you, Kelly.
Yeah, shout out Kelly, man. Shout out Kelly.
Hold on, the 49ers, Kelly.
Yeah, she's hurting right now, man. They just.
Hey, we appreciate your various here in Indianapolis, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
hold on real quick, Kelly. The entire NFL wanted me to thank you, Kelly, for sending members of your team to their teams.
Yeah, everybody. Thank you.
Nick Cross is not a free agent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My question for you, Stino, is why not re-sign EJ Speed?
I don't see the thing with EJ Speed, man. He was up there amongst the league leaders in tackles this season. But one thing with EJ, bro, he's not really good at much anything else. To be honest with you, he's not a very good pass rusher. He's not very good in coverage. He's okay against the run. And I mean, despite him being amongst the league leaders in tackles last year, he was also kind of high up there in missed tackles as well. So I just think he's still got a lot of growing to do per se. Granted, he's been in the league a few years. He's worked his way up from the special teams all the way up to being a starting linebacker and a league leader in tackles. So,
take a look in the draft because this is a good draft for that. But let's. I want to go, bro.
Yes.
Talk to me about the Bills, man. I mean, they've made some good moves. They've made some, like you said, like I think in your exact words, some head scratchers.
yeah.
Sure. I mean, I don't think they did terrible. I just think that you can't lose a bunch of guys and then expect to compete every year, losing a bunch of guys, And so I think they did have to re-sign some guys. I wasn't necessarily shocked by the Josh Allen. I just think that was more so of a reward and thanking him for, performing well and, getting the MVP award. And they didn't have to do that, but I think that just shows, if they're going to take care of the top guys know that they have to have the guys around them taken care of as well. And so I think once they take care of him, then you can worry about everybody else.
He had 4 years left on his contract, right?
Right. And so that's why I said they didn't have to do it. But it does show that the team is willing to take care of the guys when you perform well. And so James Cook probably doesn't feel that way at the moment, but I just think James Cook, and like I told you before, I think James Cook does deserve a huge contract, but not at the expense of us overpaying you to the point to where you just make up the rules. Like that just doesn't happen. You're not Myles Garrett. As great as I think James Cook is and will be, you're not a guy like that. So to me, me personally, I don't want to go through that again. So I'm willing to trade him and move on. But I like what they did. I like the Josh Palmer signing. I was pissed off about the Mac Hollins because I don't know if you guys remember it alive or not, but I had said like not minutes, but a little time prior that, when you don't sign guys like that in the division, that's exactly where they go.
Right.
So New England had a bag. I think they were willing to give him a 1-year contract. I think he wanted more, and New England gave him 2 years. So it's a little base incentive, but it's still a cheap contract. They could have made it work, but I still think that they're probably going to go try to find some speed. But to me, none of that matters if the defense isn't addressed. And it's so far, I mean, I like the guy from the Rams, but it hasn't been addressed yet. You still have no cornerback 2. You still haven't re-signed your cornerback 1. And the safety room is atrocious outside of Taylor Rapp right now. So to me, when you can't just address everything they have, the holes they have on defense in the draft, you can't do that. I hope that it transpires. I'm hearing the reports that Jonathan Allen is going to Minnesota, but these contracts aren't guaranteed until tomorrow.
Right.
So you can still make moves and change guys' opinions. So let's just hope for the best if you're a Bills fan. So
with you saying that, bro, just a heads up, they Bills did agree to an extension of 1 year with Gilliam.
Gilliam and Ty Johnson.
And you also have the 49ers that just signed Demarcus Robinson and Jason Pinnock. And the Raiders are closing in on a deal with cornerback Eric Stokes.
Yeah, I think we got Stokes, but I did hear that.
Okay. Reese.
Yes.
What about your pen? I mean, I like some of the moves that you guys have made. I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellis and Dan Morgan right now.
I have seen free agent moves over the years, so I'm always at this point. Okay, let's see what it looks like on the field. Right now. I've always loved Evero, but I don't trust Evero.
Okay.
I don't know. You give him all these defensive pieces. Is he gonna know how to use them? Again, you don't know how to use Jeremy Chin. He's on his third contract now. You could a safety like Jeremy Chin. I do like Namoran signed the safety out of the Raiders. He's a tough kid. He's gonna help the run defense. What it seemed like he did is the same thing he did for the offensive line last year. Beef up the line.
Right.
But I still want. I'm still not seeing. He needs to raise the receiver room. He has not for your young quarterback like everybody else seems to be doing. But we'll see. All the wide receivers are leaving the market right now, so I don't see where it's gonna get anything. I don't know. I'm okay with Stephon Diggs or Amari Cooper, but I don't know if he's gonna do that. I was surprised. We got Tommy Trimmel back. We got Brady Christensen back today. I was totally surprised about that. I thought he was definitely up to his market value. He wasn't coming back. But and then they signed Austin Corbett, and I'm glad they got rid of Miles because him and that gold chain on the field was making me sick. And it's bad running, but now we got to fill the running back because Jonathan Brooks probably is not playing next year at all. So,
really?
Why is he not playing next year?
He tore his little again.
it's ACL again. It was later in the season because he didn't come back till later in the season.
Was that the same? Was that the same knee that he fucked
The
up in
same
college?
knee.
Okay.
Same knee.
Yeah,
Yep. So now, I'm not saying they're gonna draft Genty, but because if they don't, they have to take advantage of this draft. They gotta, you brought all on defense line. They're still older players. You gotta bring in a young pass rusher.
What number do you have? What number are you guys?
We're number 8. Yeah.
I think Genty goes between 6 and 9.
No, we weren't taking Genty that early because we just gave Chuba a contract. So I wasn't worried about that.
Right.
It's just you need a backup running back. So I'm looking at Cam Escribo maybe in the 3rd, 4th round or 5th. Hopefully they wait, but I think right now, God, this draft is unless they get some offensive firepower, and you might be drafting offense now. And I thought they would go defense more.
You don't think they'll do anything tomorrow?
They spent a lot of money, bro. They didn't have a lot to get going. And I'm talking, they done brought 2 defensive tackles, which they definitely need. Oh, no. My best move is they finally brought a nose tackle to play the 3-4. I don't know.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. No, Jashawn is the pass rushing 3-tech. But they finally got somebody that's 330 pounds, 6'5", that can play nose tackle.
Hey man, I love love that Tershawn Wharton pickup for y'all, man.
I like it too, but I think he's going to be
I thought he balled out against Philadelphia in the Super Bowl, bro. Every time it seemed like almost every time Saquon was getting stopped in the backfield or getting disrupted in the backfield, it was him that was making the play. It seemed like.
The funny part about that was a second person playing. That was their plan B, because the whole day we all celebrating. We got Milton Williams. We got the best defensive lineman in free agency, and then them damn cheating ass scumbags from New England with all that damn money,
more money than you,
and came in and scooped and gave him $4-5 more million than we were gonna do. How the fuck are we gonna pay him more than Derrick Brown? There was no way we could bring Milton Williams and pay him more than Derrick Brown.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right about that.
They scooped the hell out of us on that, because it was a signed, sealed deal. We were celebrating. Oh, we got Milton Williams.
Williams from the guy from the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah.
He went to New England.
Yeah.
Ingrid came in and got him. Scooped him.
25th hour.
Go look on TikTok. There's a video out there that Pat McAfee, it was during his segment yesterday, where Adam Schefter reported that the Panthers were in contract negotiations with Milton Williams, and Pat McAfee stops the guy that was talking and goes, "Wait, I thought there was another team involved." And the dude, yeah, there is another team involved. And Pat goes, "So Shefty was wrong?"
Yeah.
Not even 2 hours.
No, everybody was wrong. Everybody, except for Ian Rappaport came back and said, "Hey, somebody's sneaking in," because at first it was the Cardinals and us.
I'm always wrong. So,
Mike.
So yeah, that hurt,
bro.
Reese, so let me ask you this, Reese. So, what do you believe is left? Like, because I think Bro was right. I think shit ain't done until they get signed tomorrow.
Oh, well, we're not getting Milton Williams because we can't pay him that money. There's no way. We need a wide receiver, and at this point, it's slim pickings. You didn't trade for DK, which would have been perfect. You're not going to trade for T because you're not giving him up. So if you're not going to get a number one, you got to. There's no depth in that room. So you can't.
What about Amari? I mean, you don't like Amari?
Oh, I said I would take Amari. I don't know if Amari would come because end of his career, he may be looking for a championship. We're not a championship team right now. We're not close to getting to a contendership. He might be looking for a championship. Stefan's coming off an injury. I don't. I was even excited maybe to get Hollywood Brown. He signed right back with the Chiefs. So I'm like, it's slim pickings right now, brother. I don't see.
I'm sorry, Drew, but in totality though, like the receiving core top to bottom in free agency is garbage. So I think a lot of these teams, like if it wasn't like a trade or like one of those guys he was just talking about, like with Diggs or and I'm saying like most of them is more so at a wanting to be in that mold to win right now. But I think that going into the draft for teams like Carolina, even Buffalo, even there's a couple other teams that may need a receiver too. What Baltimore just did.
Whoa, time out.
Bro,
bro, you just got
Joey Bosa.
Just signed with the Bills.
Oh God, bro. I didn't want Joey Bosa, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
You got Bosa, brother.
1 year.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's a lot of money to give him, bro.
Right, bro. This is my point, bro.
What they giving?
12.6, bro, for 1 year.
Ooh.
Now,
no,
that's fair.
That's not bad. Hassan Reddick got 14 for 1 year.
But Hassan Reddick's not coming off an injury.
He didn't hold out most of the year. He held out most of the year.
But Bosa has had 2 back-to-back years where he's been on the injury wagon. I just think that's a lot for a vet number, for a guy that you don't know what the output is truly going to be without expectation. There's no certainty. And to be honest with you, and Bro, you can attest to this, that cold weather late in the season, it plays a part. It plays a part on injuries, bro, especially a guy coming from a warm weather team.
And that
But they're
nose.
California boys. Ain't the Bosa boys
Well,
California?
and
Well,
I
no,
think
they played
also,
Ohio State.
yeah, I don't think the weather is going to be his biggest. It does
Yeah,
factor into the injury situation, as far as with your body and all that. So I think it does play a role. And Buffalo weather, obvious, is different. But me personally, a guy like Joey Bosa, the name itself, there's going to be more expectations probably than what he can deliver. And like we need pressure. I mean, if he doesn't provide that pressure, right? That means that at the end of the day, this total signing was a bunch of bullshit. Now, that's not to say he can't be motivated to maybe play well in Buffalo, maybe around this type of environment. Because remember, when he was with the Chargers, obviously it was just a roller coaster of maybe winning, maybe getting to the playoffs. And so maybe, I don't know, but I wanted, you know what I wanted. So
Hey, bro, I'm asking you a question. Did you the money played by Myles Garrett? Because he said a whole bunch of bullshit and then all of a sudden it became about the money. All of a sudden,
That's
But
what I said too.
that's what it was, though. That's what it
yeah, that's
all
what it
was.
was.
it
That's
didn't
what it all
seem like
was.
that. It said, "Oh, I won't take a contract from y'all. I don't want to be here. Oh, I hate the general manager. I don't think he sucks."
Well, but if you look at the contracts that were given, right? I mean, me personally, and I'm not about to. I ain't trying to, go with the debate of who's the better defender, but I just think Myles Garrett is the best defender, especially when you talk about on the
Oh, I
defensive
agree.
line. Me personally,
I agree.
right? Because his volume is just different, right?
How close
And
y'all? How close you think y'all were to get him?
I think they were very close. I just think
Yeah.
what Cleveland did was they overpaid
Well,
not
they
only
overpaid.
with yearly money, but the guarantee money to make sure that that situation wasn't going to transpire as the free agency period was becoming more upon us. And I think they just chose to say, "There's no way we can tell this fan base to come and buy tickets, and this dude is not here."
Bro, I'm
It's
gonna tell you this. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying that there's no way they can do that. And then on top of it, for Buffalo, they had to play it the way they did because they clearly knew Buffalo was going to call. They clearly knew there were going to be other teams that were going to call. And so they had to do something to convince him, hey, listen, bro, we going to pay the hell out of you. And so $123 million is not something that you can just every day turn down. You got to take that, bro. I'm not even upset from that standpoint. And one more thing, and then I'll shut the hell up. But also remember, just similar to Von Miller's, obviously two different situations. But as that contract gets older, he's going to be looking to get out of Cleveland.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't think he's going to finish even that contract. I think you'll give about another 2 years to get that money, and then you'll start to hear it rise more, and then
It
he'll
was a
probably get out
4-year,
of it.
right?
So.
It was a
Right.
4-year deal.
It's a 4-year deal. Yeah, he's the highest paid non-quarterback. My problem is,
No.
It's a 4-year extension on top of or 5-year
Over 2
extension on
years.
top of the 2 years that's
Mhm.
still remaining on his contract. So that's
Right.
a
Yes.
7-year total.
it's the Haslam family overpaying again for another player, trying to reset the market. And you know what? That's why his family gets cold shoulders at the owners meeting. That's why they look at him like he a fucking moron all the time.
He is signed past the 20 season.
So real quick, I said it on Burbo's Live last night. I said, Myles Garrett was sitting there and they offered him for Myles. Listen, we got a plan. We're gonna bring in this quarterback. I can't tell you who it is right now, but we're gonna bring him in and it's gonna help you out. We're on the road to a championship. And then he was reading and he's like, Kenny fucking Pickett? You
Championship quarterback, baby. Championship
Kenny fucking Pickett. And what happened was to Reese's point, how stupid Haslam is. What happened was he forgot what time the Super Bowl started. He turned it on really late, and he saw Kenny Pickett in there, and the Eagles win. He goes, Kenny Pickett just won a Super Bowl? We got to sign that guy right now. I mean, so then fuck the Browns.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it just now. I just seen it. It did come alert. She just
D-Hop went to the Ravens?
She ain't know. No, talking about
D-Hop's
what's her name?
Sorry. So I was gonna say to Reese, right? I still think there are some guys, right, that you can pull in free agency, even though I don't think that a guy like Kupp is can land with you guys. I think he's gonna end up with the Chargers. But a guy like Cooper Kupp, right? You bring him in, I think that's just another target for a guy like Bryce to get comfortable with, right?
Oh, yeah.
And with Leggett being a young guy, no one can tell me that he's not learning behind Thielen how to be
It's just
serviceable.
it's just him injury, and I hate to say that he may be one of those 1-year wonders where he waited to his last season like Kenny Pickett to be good, and then we fell into the trap of the height, weight, speed thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of worried about that because his hands are terrible. I'm sorry, brother. I'll say he ride horses. He eat crow meat. It's terrible, man. I don't know how he be catching the rabbits and possums, but he can't catch no ball. But Jalen Coker's the one I'm looking at. But honestly, at this point, I'm just thinking about raising the room. I think you bring in like you said, you bring in Cooper. That's kind of redundant because he's gonna play the same spot as Steelers. That's that big slot.
But I mean, so think about it this way, right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
By spreading out the field in that manner, right? You're forcing teams to do one or two things. Either look for that run, that RPO, which I don't think they would run, but you know, in disguise, and trying to have linebackers stay true to keeping your run game where it's at, or you're looking to stretch out the field and say, all right, we're going to go too wide on one side, have a slot and a tight end on the other side, and now you're allowing him to make the decision on picking apart the zones that the defense is giving you. Now, I think Bryce is a better zone thrower than he is a man-to-man thrower with his receivers. And I feel like if you give him a guy like Cooper Kupp, you stack him up on one side with either a tight end, or you stack him up on the other side with Leggett or with Thielen, it's a pick and choose game, right? And I just think like with the curve of quarterbacks and even receivers, right? You put a guy like that in that offense, it allows him to not only gain confidence in himself, gain confidence in the playbook, but just allowing him to have easier reads, bro. We saw Thielen in that first year, 5-yard checkdowns to him were magnificent, because not only did Thielen catch the ball, but he extended the play for another 3 to 7 yards whenever he got the chance to, if he could. And when Bryce was comfortable, he was putting the ball where it needed to be.
It was dotting him. He was dotting him up.
So I think like with that, like, and like it's a transition for him. You want to see him progress, and I think something like that will make his progression a little bit better.
But my problem is, I understand everything you said. My problem is, I still don't feel they're doing justice to their young quarterback like your team is doing, like the Texans are doing, like even the Packers are doing. They bring in weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons. The Chicago, weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons. Texans, weapons on top of weapons. Love
about the Texans too much.
I'm saying no. I'm saying
they bringing them in, though.
No, they are. They are
bringing in. They're bringing Steph Diggs. They try to bring. They're bringing in people. And I don't see the Panthers doing that.
Hey, Reese, one of them weapons that Chicago brought in last year is still available right now with Keenan Allen. Y'all could go grab him up. I think that
he's hometown, man. I think he's
and he's from North Carolina, right? He's from Fayetteville.
He's from Fayetteville. Yeah, he looking just like J. Cole.
Hometown. He still got the juice in the tank too. Let's not just feel me. Let's not just sleep on his last year with Chicago just because he had a little bit of an all-season rookie quarterback. He was really like a number 2 wide receiver behind DJ Moore. So
I think he's solid, but but I agree with Mitch, and I agree with everybody else. We're stuck in a thing where we're not a championship quality team, and now you got older receivers out there who may be looking for that last bite at the apple, and it's not going to be with us.
I think that's where the agenda is wrong, right? And I said this last year about Chicago, and I'll say this about any team that's in a restructure, right? Or even that fact into a rebuild. If you shoot for the stars, you're going to end up hitting a mountain, right? You can't expect a team in a rebuild to be like, we're drafting this person, we're signing that person, we're bringing that person in and saying, oh, we're Super Bowl bound. Nah, bro, worry about winning the division. Worry about winning the division first, right? If you can contend for the division and put yourself in a spot to at least be a wild card, playing like a wild card team, or just winning a division, depending on what division you're in, like you're doing something different. And not only is you're setting a reasonable expectation for you and your team and where to be. That's one. And two, like if you do exceed that, bro, you're still winning.
But that's the thing, though. In saying that, Drew, bringing somebody in like Mitch said, Lockett or somebody like that, that division is so close.
Right.
That a couple of the right moves, bringing in a veteran leadership or somebody like that, getting the right pieces will bolster that team up above the likes of the Falcons and the Bucks. I'm sorry, but that division is so close that
I agree with that. Drew, I want to talk to you about your Bears, though. What did you like about the free agent frenzy? Technically hasn't started yet. It starts tomorrow, but what they've done so far.
So I was shout out to Bro had a really dope live that stretched out to like pause that. It was like
8 hours last night.
It was crazy, bro.
Bro, it's 8 hours and 45 minutes.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I think I fell asleep towards the end. Like I
Oh, you
like
did.
nodded.
You see, I'm glad you just saved yourself.
Hold on,
I had
bro.
something for you, buddy.
Hey, real quick. I gotta tell you. So, I came in when I left the live. I came inside, had watched TV with the wife. When she went to bed, I came back in, and I was scrolling through, and I seen, and Drew was there. Spiritually, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Well,
Bro had a live.
He did.
Well, because I
started the live at like 3:45 Tuesday of last week, and then
shit, I couldn't get him on the live on Saturday. I was surprised.
Had a marathon live.
I haven't been. So first of all, I want to get back to Drew for a second, but I would say I wasn't doing the lives for some other reasons. I'm gonna let y'all know about that here soon. I just want to get together, but so Drew, I didn't want to because you seen who was in the live, so everybody was like ready. It was like blood in the water. Like everybody was waiting for somebody to like fuck up. And so when Drew, I think somebody was talking, and I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Oh." So I muted him. You heard because and Slap was like, "Nah, I know you ain't just mute him." I'm like, "Nah, bro, I can't do it like that, bro. I can't get it back like that, bro."
Shout out to bro being a whole W, bro. Like it was right. Hey, yeah, bro.
We'll get back to that.
I said to bro in his live yesterday. I think I was talking to Ryan about it. The two most impressive, like Ryan Poles has proven to me 2 years in a row that he's not afraid to make moves, and he's not afraid to use the bank and play with the house money and try to see what he can do. Right now, with that being said, the two biggest moves for me were Grady Jarrett getting a DN, another DN that's really going to be opposite of Sweat. Right. We also signed another D tackle. I think we traded for a D tackle, and getting Tooney, who, like I said, we have not had an all-pro offensive lineman since I want to say Kyle Long.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Whitehair, like Cody Whitehair, maybe.
No, Cody Whitehair never
made. Oh, he was never all pro, but he might have been Pro Bowl. But even at that, I think those were the two biggest needs in Chicago. Now,
center, not even 3 hours ago.
And then we picked up a center. So I think those are the two biggest moves, like as far as free agency, right? And then on top of that, he didn't expend a lot of draft capital. We still got the 39th and the 41st pick in the second round, which I think are vital draft spots with this loaded top-heavy draft of offensive line, defensive line. We got some linebackers that are definitely worth a shot, which I think is the next position that Chicago needs to address. And I've been telling Ryan and Stino this for since before the combine. If Landon Jackson falls to 41 or 39, if anyone is listening, Ryan Poles, please bet the house money on homeboy because what I seen of him last season in his last year, the tape shows it, the combine shows it. He is a piece that you can put in. He'll get rid of Tremaine Edmonds, bro. Move TJ into the middle, let TJ be the middle linebacker, and keep Jackson on the outside. And then I'm not, I don't want to see Genty in a Bears outfit in a Bears uniform, but if that's what they're going for, then you got two running backs and but get another offensive guy.
Context behind that, the reason we talked about Landon Jackson and the most part is, and we said this, what was it, yesterday or the day before, is if y'all could sit there tomorrow, make the biggest splash, in my opinion, for you guys in free agency and pairing Asante Samuel with Jalen Jones, linebacker is what you go.
Y'all just like players with Propecia.
I can't stand you, bro. Shut up.
Shut up. I ain't gonna lie though. I don't know.
That was funny.
How much money y'all got left now, Drew? Because I know y'all signed y'all gave Dayo Odangbo from us. Y'all gave him like 48, 45 or something like that.
So before the agreement deal, it was about like 56, 57 mil. I think with the agreement deal, they like the whole TV bargaining deal, like it pushed it up to like close to 90. But a lot of the like that doesn't fall into effect until it doesn't affect it affects next year's books, not this season, but the season after. So it's still enough money that can be moved around, contracts like shifting.
Y'all have we're between 25 to 30 mil right now.
Like even at that, like I mean, to be honest with you, we don't need to really sign. We don't need to make another big splash with anyone. Like I think we've got a total of 6, maybe 5 picks left throughout the draft.
Yeah,
we continue building from there.
I also think that I mean, Bro probably not going to want to hear this, but Trey Hendrickson is really on the market. I think he could potentially go back, and I don't want to talk about the Bengals over Bro, but the Bears are in play, for pass rush as well. And one of the things that, because you just mentioned Tremaine Edmonds, and I noticed this about Tremaine Edmonds, even when his days in Buffalo, right, with his build, his height, the way that he attacks the ball, obviously he plays out of position at times. Why haven't none of these coaches looked at him and said, let's put him on the edge and see what he can do? You know what I mean? Like I've seen him blitz and he's good at it, but they always blitz him, more middle. And I'm saying with his build, his speed, the guy still has a 4.6 speed. Like, why haven't they said, let's put him on the edge and see if we can use him on third downs as the edge rather than middle linebacker? Because it's clear as day he's just not that good at middle linebacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I watched Eberflus blitz him against it was once in Washington, and I think it was like week 4. He missed the entire read, bro. He missed the entire read. Like the gap was his and just missed it. And not only missed it, he whiffed on the tackle as well. So it's just like you got to do something else with him. Like TJ is a better read guy on the run. He's a better coverage guy as well. He like saved us a lot on the flat and in the seam as well. So I think you got to just move him, either move him off the team or move him to a different position, stand him up on the edge, or just be an outside guy like off the bookend and let him just stunt to the inside or just continue to push the pressure inside. So, but either way, something has to change. And I'm liking the moves that we made. Can't wait to see the draft.
I said it to you last night. I think they're one of my favorite of teams making moves. The Bears to me have probably made the best.
I think
best moves right now.
I don't mean to cut you off, Mitch. I think the Bears this offseason kind of had an offseason similar so far to what the Commanders had last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a
Yes.
sense, you know what I'm saying? The only difference is they're not giving guys a bunch of 1-year deals, a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of 1-year rentals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're actually going for guys that they feel like they can actually keep around for 3, maybe 4 years and actually potentially build a team that could contend for the division, if not the conference, for the next few years. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a quarterback on a rookie deal that showed a lot of promise. You know, so
Well,
There-
next up, and
there's-
I want to welcome him to the show because he showed up a little bit after the start of the show.
How you doing?
It's
Hay
Ray-
que
Bobby
proceder.
Bobby Moves.
What's
Nobody
going
said
on, fellas?
he was winning a lot of money at the blackjack table.
I mean,
Not
he-
tonight. Not tonight.
he was in Vegas, Morocco,
Hey,
Dubai.
hey, whoa, hey,
Whoa,
what are you
whoa,
doing?
whoa.
What are you
What are you
doing?
doxing me?
What are you doing? Hey, guy, we don't talk. We don't
let-
talk family business outside of the table, guy. What are you doing?
I,
Forget about it.
I saw the anger this morning from Mr. Betts. You know it's going to be a hard day for Betts when he hits the Discord early in the morning. Like, the fuck did I wake up to?
Mhm.
So, Betts, I'll let you speak your shit.
I got a question.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I don't like getting rid of CJ Gardner Johnson, but I don't know. I think Howie's thinking long term. He thinks Jeff Stoutland is a wizard because this guard is not good so far. He has not produced. I think he just knows he has to save money in the next 2 years because he's going to have to pay all the young guys again. But like CJ was like the heartbeat of the defense. Like he was the attitude, and like everyone in Philly will say that. Like the defense was number one defense, but like if you needed the attitude, if they were getting out of line and the bend don't break turned into them breaking, like he had the attitude to bring them back. And that's something that's tough to replace. It's difficult to replace grit on a defense, but I don't know. I trust Howie. Whatever. We'll see.
20 better than last year.
Yeah, but
And you can cut the shit, okay? You coming off a Super Bowl victory. We don't give two shits about you losing CJ Gardner Johnson. No, I'm
I was
actually
about to
happy.
say the same thing.
Fact.
I was
yeah, well,
just about to say the same
what am
thing.
I going to do? Ask for pity? To fuck. Yeah. All right. All right.
So what was your question? What was your question that you wanted to ask me?
Hey, Koosh, how aggressive did you get in the gym after reading that with CJ being gone? Because I think you went in there, you channeled your inner
8
Arnold.
extra reps for
Were you in there knocking out supersets there, guy?
couple supersets,
Did you
cardio.
and I would tell Ryan this, we haven't brought back the Arnold. Were you in there doing your Arnold special, lifting things up and putting them down?
Down.
He's not a tumor.
It's not a tuba. It's
It's
a
not a
dumbbell.
tumor.
It's a
Get to the
dumbbell.
pit. Get to the
Alright,
chopper.
So last but not least, we'll go to
Goodrew is a New York
Mr. Belly.
and carry Chicago Bears.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Curry.
whoa,
Whoa.
And
whoa,
how Mitch is a New Yorker
whoa.
and is a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Right. Call him out.
Sister,
Hey, she
hold
called
on,
the people out today.
hold on.
Hold
Damn,
on.
what?
Hold on.
Damn.
And
Hold on.
Reese
Wait a
is
second.
come from New York as is a whatever. I
Hey,
want to
listen.
cheer for
I ain't from no New York.
Okay,
Yeah,
Hell
he's
no.
not from New York.
Reese
wherever.
wishes he was from New York, first of all.
I'm country.
I'm from
Whoa,
New
wow,
York.
I'm country as hell.
Chicago Bears.
Hold on. I gotta
Bengals.
address this. Nikki, you're
Yeah.
Jamaican, but you're a Bills fan. Does that make you a Jafacan? What are we doing?
No, Jamaican don't play football here.
Well, then,
It's Jamaica.
Yeah, that football is different.
Would be
That
a
football is
Jamaican
different.
football fan. I live in New York. I live in New York, so I'm a Bills fan.
you live in New York. No, the Bills are from.
Mitchell.
Bills are a
I
little
think
That's
this
really
this
not
is
New York team.
this
That's really
is
not New York team, but we'll let
this
you
is
slide.
I mean,
this is well.
technically it
First of
is.
all,
Technically it
first
is.
of all, they're the only team that plays
Technically
New
it
York.
is.
If we being technical, so
There's other teams, but I'm a Bills fan, not a Jets fan, not a New York Giants fan. I'm a
Whoa.
Bills
With the
fan.
violence. Hold on a
Talk
second.
your shit.
Stino.
We got other people to get to. Hold on, Nikki, before you get all crazy stuff. I'm gonna go to a Jets fan. Hey, belly face. What do you got going on with the Jets?
I'm getting you for that Jafakin. I just want you to know that. So go ahead, bro.
Jafakin is crazy.
Yeah, Jafakin. You definitely paying for that. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look,
Like,
all I gotta say is
Crazy.
pick up Garrett Wilson again.
was that like Utica Jafakin or like Gun
I'm sorry.
Jafakin?
Mitchell saying you a Nigerian faking like a Jamaican.
It was two different kind of Jafakes.
It's not Jamaican. It's Jam American.
Wow. The American flag is crazy. Shout out to the Born Americans, by the way.
I know this. How much time we got? Where we at? About 10:45 is my time. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm coming in swinging.
I'm
giving out my
Hold on, you know I got a trigger finger.
Oh, no question. But I can tell you this: I got your phone number, so I ain't worried about it at all. I ain't worried.
Hold on, wait. So, Belly, are you done talking about your pathetic Jets?
We need them answer my
Hey,
question.
pathetic is the word. Like,
One Mitch.
Fields, they didn't sign any safeties except for Cisco, who is that? Ashton Davis did better than Cisco last year. You let Ashton Davis walk to a division team at that. Like,
you don't like Justin? I like the Justin Fields.
I like the Justin Fields thing.
Disrespecting my man,
no,
bro.
No, Drew. What did I say in the Discord? I said it's perfect for Justin Fields to be there because you paired him back with Garrett Wilson.
Wilson.
And looking at the aspect of that, and I'll put the context behind it.
They play together, man.
It's a backfield that can run the hell out of a football too.
Yeah, but look at it like later on in the season. And I was talking to Drew about this, and the reason I put the context behind the Justin Fields signing is you could sit there and in the market, the way the Saints' money is set up, you could push potentially to pair up Chris Olave back with Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields.
Oh
God! I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that to the table, right? Because now I was waiting for this moment. I'm waiting for this moment, right? What are you moving off of to get Chris Olave?
Sauce Gardner.
No, because he wants to keep Sauce. So what are you moving off of to get Chris Olave? Because I know
what Quentin Williams.
I know what it's going to take.
I'm telling you, Breece Hall has to be a focal point.
No,
then listen. Then it's not. Listen. Then it's not going to work because you're going to shoot yourself in the foot.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Get him, Uncle Stino. Get him, Uncle Stino. So listen, to make that realistic, right? You have to keep Breece because what is going to and it's like I was talking about in Burber's live as well when Homeboy was saying like you have to find a way. Like the Jets are really just trying to keep a way to stay in second place in that division, right? And by bringing Justin Fields in, right, you're pretty much telling me, yo, we have to go fast. We have to be a fast-paced offense with a quarterback that is going to be either one read, two read, or and throw or go. That's it. So you need a guy like Breece Hall there. So you're gonna have to move off of one first-round pick.
Oh yeah.
Man, Garrett ain't gonna be there that long. I know they played together. Ohio
one
State,
first-round pick and
work.
a couple of other like second, third, down the road picks to get a guy like Chris Olave. My biggest concern is if you're not putting the safety cap on Chris Olave's helmet, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's a big ask for an injury guy, bro. And I like Chris
seriously
Olave.
talking like this is gonna work? Are y'all seriously talking like this is gonna work?
Receivers just don't go to the Jets anymore. It's just where careers go to die. It's just how it is.
Are you seriously talking about this gonna work? This is not gonna work.
I mean,
I don't know.
Who says it's
well,
not?
I think it's more so. I think it's more so that bro, like when is it the time though that this kid's going to get a fair shake too? Like I don't think
Oh,
that, but just hear me out. I don't think that necessarily that, he turns this Jets team into a 12-win team, right? All I'm saying is, bro, I've watched Jacoby Brissett go around the league and get a starting job continuously. I've watched Kirk Cousins go around the league and get a starting job continuously. I mean, and these are quarterbacks that you can call their play into question a lot of times. And so my point is, though, that Justin Fields is not the only guy that you can call into question. My thing is, when is he going to get the same opportunities that Jacoby Brissett? Because he's better than Jacoby Brissett. I think that's fair. You feel me?
Well, he's
So it's
getting.
like,
he can't pass. He can't pass the ball. He can't read defenses.
That's not true.
Bro, you
That's
and
not true.
I both know. Wait,
He
but
had
that's
a damn
it's
good
true.
record with the
It's
opportunity
true.
of Pittsburgh.
It's true to a sense. But what I'm saying is, it is also the offensive coordinator's job to work that out. They have not used his best abilities to make the passing game work. They have not used his running abilities to run off to pass the football. So my point is that, okay, so because he gets sample sizes throughout his career, how do we judge him and say that he's had a fair shake?
I think he has. I'm sorry. I'm at
I don't
this
think
point.
he's had a fair shake.
Reese, hold on. To say that he's had a fair shake. So and I said this in Bros Live last night as well. He went 4-2 with the Steelers, right?
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they were in first place with that 4-2 start. He had 10 total scores between passing and rushing. Granted, majority of them were rushing. He only had two turnovers, bro.
He only had two turnovers.
He only had two turnovers. And please, also, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone said that offensive line that he played behind was terrible.
It was bad. Oh my god.
So he outshined in 6 games what he did in 3 seasons in Chicago with a bad O-line and 1 receiver. 1.
I'm saying, how many times are you gonna go down this road? How many times are you gonna keep saying it? How many offensive coaches got to say, yo, we don't really want this guy as our quarterback before y'all get it? At some point, man, it's like 5 coaching staff now.
Yeah, but also, okay, Reese, with nobody saying that you can't call it into question. Well, let me say this. I'm not saying you can't call it into question. I think it's fair to question him being a starter. What I'm saying is that the same of what you just spoke about with how many coordinators and coaches, how many coordinators and coaches has the man had since he's been in the league? How many of them actually took the offense, bum-ass Eberflus, and actually gave him weapons to use his abilities and do that? He hasn't had that, bro. The most stable part of his career was those 6 games in Pittsburgh. If we being fair, like, because Chicago did nothing to help him be better. Let's be real, bro. Like, and they didn't give him an off season like they gave Caleb Williams, right? They didn't give him going into the offseason, say, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and give this dude every opportunity so there's no excuses if he doesn't get the job done. He hasn't had that.
Yeah, they did more. They did more
my problem is with this.
Than they did in.
I agree. I agree. Stino, I totally agree with that. Totally. My only problem with the situation is a coach I respect more than life switched off of him. They were 4-2. I'm like, why the hell would you do that? I can't question this man. But damn, he did it for a reason.
Well, how did that reason work out?
We talked about that during the season, and
they won 6 in a row.
That it was pressure
against bum teams, though, bro.
So all right. So Reese, you really mean to tell me you are? So I can tell you. So didn't who they play week?
They lost the last 5 weeks. Yeah, they
who
lost
they
the
play
last
week?
5
No,
weeks.
They beat the Chargers at home. I remember that. They beat the Falcons in Atlanta.
So that game. So you mean to tell me the game that they beat the Falcons in Atlanta with Justin Fields at the helm wasn't more impressive than Russ playing a dog piss of a defense in the Jets, bro?
Oh, it probably was. I don't know.
No, it definitely.
I'm not giving credit
bro.
to the Falcons at all. So you can
listen.
Use somebody else.
Granted, you're not giving. They just they were at the time they were a number 1 team. They were a high-powered offense. Their defense was clicking, and no one in their right mind thought Justin Fields would march that team down the field in a win.
He beat Baltimore too.
I thought Russ beat Baltimore.
Did Russ beat Baltimore? Okay.
No, Russ beat Baltimore. Remember they beat Baltimore twice.
They beat them
I
twice.
think Russ sucks too. I don't want to give Russ credit either, but I'm just like at this point.
They did.
I don't think the kid can pass. I don't know. He can run his ass off, and if you build an offense, then now look, who's the Jets offensive coordinator at this point? He's not a genius.
Justin Fields beat Atlanta in Atlanta, Denver in Denver, the Chargers at home, the Colts in Indy, Dallas. And
Come on, bro. Like, what are we talking? Like,
Russ lost to the Ravens in the later half of the season.
Yeah, I thought he beat them one time and then lost to him after that. Yeah, they lost 5 in a row after that. Who do y'all have at offensive coordinator? Since they're saying this, who do the Jets have at offensive coordinator?
LaFleur.
Who?
It's LaFleur, but when the week that they played the I don't think it's going to be LaFleur. They still have other guy calling plays.
Well, hey, real quick, I want to Reese's point though. The only thing I would agree with, because I like Justin. I think Justin's going to work out well in with the Jets. But this is what I will say: that gauntlet that Russell Wilson went through at the end of the season, right? Because remember,
wait, Mitch, I hate to interrupt you, bro. Did you know you signed somebody, or am I just really late to this party?
Nah, he knows. You don't like it.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm really late to this party. My fault. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
I'd be excited for him.
It's all right. The drinks are still here. The drinks are still here.
He don't like Bosa.
Bets, you're talking about Bosa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make him excited.
No, because somebody just messaged in Discord, and I looked up. I was like, oh shit, it was news to me.
So again, what I was going to say was that gauntlet that the Steelers went through at the end, with the latter part of their season when they hadn't played the Browns, the Bengals, or the Steelers. They hadn't played their division. I don't know what Justin Fields would have done. Do I think he would have played better than Russell Wilson? Yes. I do. I will say that. I don't know how much better he would have played, but I definitely do. He would have played better. The reason I like Justin Fields in New York, it's a different atmosphere for him. He has somebody he knows there and trusts. And to Bellyface's point, if they could somehow get Chris Olave, I mean, all you're doing is setting the kid up for success. That's all you're doing. So,
and I think it's more than just setting him up for success. Like, I think at this point in Justin's career, he needs to be in a team where they trust him.
Yep.
Trust him to succeed.
Right.
Trust him to fail. Chicago didn't trust him. Like, we brought in 2 consecutive years of backup quarterback for him and took the keys from him and then said, you know what, you're on the bench. We're going to give the backup the chance. The backup fails, you give him back the keys. Like, you can't do that. And then they did the same thing in Pittsburgh. Like, and I said it at the beginning of the season, let him go into that season because Russ did not give you enough. Everybody banked on Russ being this Super Bowl winning, Super Bowl, guy and playing with a phenomenal team, yada, yada, yada. But what did Russ give you? Russ gave you absolutely nothing. And if you ask me, Russ was the reason why that team did not have a successful season.
They couldn't mesh. They don't even think they liked each other.
I think
like
Justin,
a lot of people
Justin was the guy.
like Russ.
We'll
see.
Nostalgia?
We'll see.
Bullshit, turning the ball over. At least Justin Fields wasn't turning the ball over and they're winning gritty games.
We'll see.
And another thing that I think, I like I said, I don't. The atmosphere of what Aaron Glenn is trying to bring to New York, I think, helps him too. Because remember, Aaron's new. So it's not like he's been there 3-4 years and, he's learning to be on the job, in my opinion, the head coach of the New York Jets. So giving him a guy, and remember, he went and picked him. So that shows Justin Fields, hey, I wanted you as my quarterback. Right. You know what I mean? So that goes into the belief factor. That goes into the mindset of him saying, finally, somebody's believing in me. Let me go do what I can do and be the best I can be. But again,
It's only a
he's gonna
2-year
get
deal, bro.
he's gonna no, but what I'm saying, but
That's
it's
all you need.
it's not but bro, it's not as if bro. Again, Jacoby Brissett, bro. That's all I'll say. I don't
Cheeks.
think like come on,
Cheeks.
like
Why do
to
you keep
see him
bringing up Jacoby? He's a
because,
backup.
because my point is, but he's also Jacoby Brissett in the last 6-7 years has also come along to be the guy to be the bridge, but that's a starting job. Like you can word it how you want to word it. It's a starting job in the National Football League, and my point is that for a guy like Justin Fields, who has not had the opportunities of a Jacoby Brissett or any player gets those opportunities because teams believe they can help them win football games. That's the bottom line, regardless of how you want to look at it, right? What I'm saying is that the Jets, in my opinion, outside of how Pittsburgh traded for him for those first 6 games, right? They're showing that they want him to be the starter. And so I think it could, help him mentally be better. Now, what will that transition? We don't know. We don't know what the roster is going to look like in totality, too. They could take that roster, give that running game a boost by continuing to make that offensive line better, getting another guy on the outside, and running the damn football for once and not trying to be an offense like they're a West Coast offense with fucking prime Joe Montana. Everybody doesn't have to have that offense, bro. So again, if they could get that going and lean on the defense and not put him in position or the team in a position where Justin Fields has to throw the ball 45 fucking times, I think they could be good. I'm not saying they win a division. I'm a Bills fan. They ain't winning the division. But the point is, this kid's finally got an opportunity. That's all. Yeah, I said it.
My question is, if the draft, I'm
Come
just saying, if the draft comes around, don't be surprised if Shador drops. They pick Shador.
Shador not dropping
If
that far,
Shador
bro.
drops to the draft, he might.
Shador not dropping it.
Yes,
Gillis, I'm sorry. Shador is.
Hold on.
They talking about he might be there for the Saints.
Let me on that
If
one.
Shador is there for the Giants, he's going to the Giants, and he will be there.
They're not. Shador will not go to the Jets. I'm sorry. If they're doing what they need to do and putting weapons around Fields, you're looking at either A, taking Will Johnson to add to that defense, or B, you're taking McMillan. Like, you're not going to sit there and draft another quarterback.
Yeah.
Just brought in Fields. You have Jordan Travis behind Fields, who literally can play like Justin Fields. He can run. He can throw. You're not going to do that. There's no like. No.
I'm saying, it may be a second round pick quarterback. I don't know. If they draft a quarterback, I'd be pissed.
I don't think they're gonna do it, but however, I'm not gonna say they won't do it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because last year, and some of my friends, I'm not gonna point none of y'all out, but some of my friends called me crazy because I said Atlanta would be drafting a quarterback with the 9th pick. And they brought Kirk Cousins in. They don't need a quarterback. Why would you pay Kirk Cousins that money and then draft a quarterback? Well, guess what they did? They drafted a quarterback. So
I just didn't understand it.
Again,
That's just still ain't gonna
I
work
love
out.
you. I love you to pieces, bro. But again, sometimes if a coach believes in a kid coming in that draft, bro, and they're judged off what they do once they draft a quarterback. You know what I mean? So for Aaron Glenn, I don't think Justin Fields is the quarterback 7 years from now for the Jets. I don't believe so, right? But Aaron Glenn's job, he has to get it right. He's witnessed in the Las Vegas Raiders with a guy by the name of Antonio Pierce. The previous year, and I talked to you about this, Mitch, the previous year, they spent no money. They made no attempt to get a quarterback. They did none of what they did this offseason. Antonio Pierce was fired. In New England, the same exact thing. The coach did not have a quarterback. They went into the season. They didn't spend none of that money, and they had that same amount, basically that same amount of money. They did not spend that money to make that team better. Again, the coach was kicked out. So Aaron Glenn, who finally got the opportunity to be a head coach, he knows he has to win. So my point is, he's not going to stick around 2 years with Justin Fields as his only quarterback. I don't think that. I think they're going to eventually draft a quarterback. So I'm just saying I agree with Reese from the standpoint.
But hold on the flip side, if it works out for Aaron Glenn,
you got Jordan Travis behind him. I don't think that'll happen this year. I don't, unless they draft somebody later on.
Why are you so high on Jordan Travis? Why do you keep saying that name?
Yeah, why do you keep saying his name though, bro?
Why you keep saying his name? Why you keep making him up like?
Bro? You know that. You know
He
people
read an
agree with
article.
this.
He read an
Bro.
Me,
article.
hey,
Like,
me and Bobo never agree, but you keep bringing that name up like oh shit, Jordan Travis is there.
I know why he does, because Ryan knows every player. The
Practice squad.
backup right guard and where he went to college.
It's crazy.
He knows the future tackle of the Jets who hasn't even been born yet.
The difference makers, the backup will
Right.
linebackers, crazy.
He's our Adam Schefter.
Yes.
Put it that way.
But I don't get it wrong. Hey,
Well,
no, Drew.
that's a bit.
Well, no. You got it wrong.
Hannah on chat can come up with a good name for Ryan that's not like a kind of a play over Adam Schefter.
Drew,
Alan Sheffer.
Drew,
Hey, what's that show they used to have on ESPN? Stump the
Belly
Stump the
Sheffer.
Goof.
I take
Stump
offense
the
to
Goof.
that.
Stump the swab.
Drew, because what did I
Stump the swab. Stump the swab. That's he's swab. He's swab.
I mean, yes,
The
you
Swami?
did. You did say that Lufunga and Greenlaw would be
Oh
on the
my
same
God,
team.
get off that fucking mountain.
Adam Schefter. I get it right.
No, you said the Jets would be good last year.
Hold on,
Did you get that right?
guys.
It was the wrong team.
Reese, I'm sorry for cutting you off. I gotta say this. Ryan, shut up about this shit. I've heard this shit for 2 fucking days.
Like that layup?
Yeah, Hufunga. Who called Hufunga? Man,
You like that layup? You like that layup?
Shit.
Chris Paul. Stino, that was for you.
Hey.
Jesus. What up, Snowman?
What's up with you?
Hi. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Snowman.
Hey, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You may not see Snow here because he doesn't show up till like 10. I'm only kidding.
What up, Snow?
What's up, man? Yeah, I had a
Hi.
little work in it, man. Wasn't no too long.
Wait. You had a work thing, West. What's up? Can you confirm that or deny that?
Wow.
Just saying, you guys worked.
Wow.
Damn, he talks to
Hey,
your
man,
boss.
yo.
Did he have to work?
Yo, Wes, fight back, bro. Fight back.
Yeah, we have
No, I was just confirming, Drew. Well, don't be starting fights, Drew.
Wes, don't let him throw you under the bus like that, bro.
That's crazy.
Like I ain't supposed to be at work.
No, I just wanted to confirm whether he had a meeting or not, man.
So Wes dipped out of work.
Oh,
and-
nah.
and
Man
let-
trying to turn you into a snitch, man. Don't listen to him.
Damn.
Nah,
so
it's
he
like
tryna-
it's like the company had a meeting without you, Wes.
Yo,
The company had a meeting
Snow.
without you.
Yo, he trying to say that Wes
You
dipped
know
on
what?
the meeting and left you at work.
It just
Oh,
proves
so
to
Wes
me
dipped on the
that
meeting to be on the show.
wait,
What talking about?
it just proves to me that not everybody works for a big company.
And everyone was what?
That doesn't work for a big company. It doesn't know how stuff works.
Huh?
Who works for a big company?
You know.
Damn.
Hey, man,
You know.
whatever. Shut up.
I'm just saying.
I do work for a big company, you meatball. Anyway,
I am a big company.
Meatball is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. He could be something else, bro. You could have called him the noodles or something, bro.
Yeah, pause. Oh, pause. Both of y'all pause. Both of y'all got a pause on that.
Yeah. Yo, Bets. I mean, just saying, bro. The butter or something. You call him the meatball. That's
Anything garnish the Arabian salad.
Yeah, that was a physical pause. It was a physical pause. I felt that. You said it.
Physical, actual.
I have a question for you, Bets. Outside of your team, what would you say is your favorite move so far? That, I mean, obviously it hasn't been solidified because tomorrow is when it all gets done. From what you're seeing right now, what is your favorite move outside of your own team?
Bears, Thuney. Easy.
What? Why are we missing the obvious?
What am I? What?
No, Adams to the Rams. Nobody said it. We've been talking for an hour.
They got the same.
He's going to be a number 2. I understand he's a name, but we have to accept he will be the number 2 there.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Caleb
I said
Williams
that.
is going to be protected.
I was just about to say that.
He's going to be the number 2. He's a Hall of Famer, but right now in this career, we can't deny Puka will be the number 1 there. But Joe Thuney's a back-to-back-to-back All-Pro. He's showed that he can play multiple positions on the offensive line for a Super Bowl winning team. I mean, it's like he took the brunt force of Patrick Mahomes getting wrecked in a Super Bowl when it wasn't him. Like, he took the blame. He was a scapegoat, and he just let him go. and the Bears are doing a lot of the right moves this offseason. They're my number one team, and Thuney is my favorite move right now.
I appreciate you, Bet.
Bro, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, because I mean, I think what Betts is saying is accurate from the standpoint that he's a number two. But last I checked, we can go over the league where number twos actually impacted the team like they were ones. And I mean, we just witnessed that last year when Mr. T. Higgins just did what he did. So we're not about to go there. Don't play with me, Bronx man. But listen, what I'm saying, I think
Puka gets hurt a lot.
Right, but bro, that's not the question. All
No,
I'm saying,
Adams is definitely going to make a difference, especially in the red zone, because that's where Cooper Kupp thrived, and that's where Devontae Adams thrived.
That's where he thrives.
He's going to make a huge difference.
Come on, bro.
But you all know I love the offensive line. Build your line, and Thuney is. I like that move. It's a gritty move. It's not like a pretty one. Adams is a pretty one. They're both going to pay off for sure, I think.
Yeah, I think they're both. And I think it's more volume to what you're saying. Excuse me, my bad. I think it's more volume to what you're saying just from the standpoint that the Bears desperately needed offensive line help. And he provides that immediately. Whereas Devontae Adams, I'm just going to be honest about the situation. Let's be real. But and you're a Philly fan. The way they just played with Cooper Kupp really not being the biggest of factors, right, in that passing game. We just watched what that quarterback could do without Devontae Adams. So there's going to be higher volume for Devontae this year in comparison to him going to the Jets. You know what I mean? Because this is a whole different situation. So
like we both said, the red zone, it will be a problem for the Rams, but the Rams have a lot of talent. There's an argument that Devontae Adams could be the third option on the offense next year. I mean, Kyren Williams was just cooking week after week, 100. Like,
what, 9 straight weeks?
Like, there's firepower there, so they have multiple ways to kill you. Buka can just get downfield and blow the top off the defense, and Devontae Adams is a red zone demon, and Kyren Williams does it week after week. He's sturdy. He's reliable.
If they get a tight end that can be serviceable in the draft, bro, I think they're looking at a high-powered offense.
All this chatter with and I don't know how much truth there is to it, to the whole Dallas Goedert might be leaving Philly, because money is tight. Money is going to get tight, and I get it. But someone like that, for example, if that were true and there's a market for Dallas Goedert, the Rams should be just blowing up the phone. Like that is that helps up the quarterback, stud receiver. That's what they need. So he's old and gets beat up. He needs a safety blanket immediately. Like a big target.
I got a question about that. So Puka and Cooper, right? They went to the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got there the way like the best way that they can.
Seem closer to beat the Eagles.
If you swap Cooper and Devontae Adams, does that make it drastically better?
Yeah, the Cooper now
out of last year. If you're
Cooper broke a record for most cardio performed in a game.
That's true.
Cooper now.
So you got
Devontae Adams.
Right. So Adams, Puka Nacua, right?
Right.
With Kyren Williams and some guy who lives in LA to play tight end. They're gonna run away with that division.
Odie Park.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna beat them? The 49ers?
Nope.
Right.
49ers and
they're
undercover
rebuild.
Undercover rebuild. They're like
full rebuild.
Seattle is a full rebuild right now too.
Arizona.
Listen, I trust Seattle. I trust Seattle and Arizona more than I trust the 49ers right now.
Seattle's the throw fish and catch
to lose. You all know how I feel about Arizona. So I'm never picking them.
Hey, Mitchell, we were on a live. How much money did we say that that man was gonna get, Sam Donald? I said between 35 and 40, and he got the what's called deal.
You did.
He got the Baker Mayfield deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that was the market.
That's crazy.
Played into that market.
So, bro, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Out of the moves that we're seeing so far, and potentially tomorrow, but obviously the moves that we've seen so far, who do you think has the most fantasy impact?
Well, I mean, you got to start with the guys that have been on the move. DK Metcalf, depending on what transpires with this quarterback situation in Pittsburgh, I think he definitely. I mean, there's going to be a ceiling there, depending on who it is. If it's Aaron Rodgers, I don't think that ceiling is going to be very high, just because I'm sick and tired of Aaron Rodgers. But there has to be. I think James Cook is on the move. I'm just going to say it. Now that I'm sitting here, I'm telling you.
I know, but we'll get. I want to get to James Cook because I got
what. That's what I was. That's okay. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying,
because you asked me who I thought would be fantasy, and I said if he
the moves that happened so far.
Okay.
What to you has the most?
No. Go ahead.
Who do you think has the most fantasy impact?
Devontae Adams.
Okay, Reese. What about you?
Damn. Yeah, I agree with both of them. Devontae Adams.
Stino. All right, Drew.
I'm going to say impact in his own numbers in increasing his numbers. I think a guy like Geno with that target of Bowers and then whoever else they put in line in that offense, bro. I think we're looking at Geno's numbers fantasy wise increase, and if you get him in like a late round, and knock on wood, your number one quarterback goes down, Geno could be a serviceable guy to give you some consistent numbers in your fantasy team.
Can I ask you a question, Drew? In the draft, they got number 6. I mean, well, I think they got 6 or 7. They got 6. Ashton Genty or Ted McMillan. You go for the wide receiver and running back. Yeah, okay.
We'll get to that. Snow, what about you? Who do you think has the most fantasy impact?
You know what? I'm not going to go the conventional route. I'm going to go with Geno as well, but for different reasons. One, you got to look at the dominoes. Geno left, Sam left Minnesota, right?
Okay.
So when Geno left Seahawks, also DK left the Seahawks, right? JSN might be out there doing cardio. Minnesota got JJ as the quarterback, right? We don't know what he's gonna do. He looked solid in the preseason of last year. Jefferson could be out there doing cardio. I think that Geno move may have a lot of negative impact as the dominoes fall.
Okay. Bets, what about you? Who's giving you the most fantasy impact right now?
I'm going to give a different answer because it's more fun, but I was thinking of him anyway. I think on the same thought process, but a different position. JSN. There's nobody to steal targets.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
We're talking fantasy. He could get 109 catches on a garbage team.
He could be out by game 3 because Sam Darnold throws hospital balls.
He do be throwing hospital balls. Yeah.
All right.
He throws hospital balls.
JSN is not jumping for a hospital ball.
He don't got his jump.
Hey, DJ Moore got a separated rib this day because of Sam Darnold.
Hey, Ravens,
that's why he left.
Ravens, what about you, Ravens?
I'm gonna go with Homer. I'm gonna go with Zay Flowers because adding D-Hop to that offense.
Do you think that helps Zay Flowers? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wes.
I was ready to curse you out, and that was actually a good fucking pick. So.
Thank you.
Because I'm out for looking like he's in a disco.
Nobody wants to say Debo?
Who?
Who?
You say Debo?
Man, fuck Debo. Sorry.
Nobody wants to say
hold on. Wes.
No, I just picked Adams over Debo in regards to out of those two, but I like it. Debo going to Washington because Washington throws a lot of screens, and Debo is a screen type receiver. You know, yards after tap. You know, after catch type guy.
That yank yard.
Yeah, so I like the fit, but I like Adams' move more than Debo.
Ain't nobody scared of Debo.
Oh,
Pelly,
Yeah.
Debo.
who you picking?
Ooh.
Get him, Craig.
Just for the fact that they've retooled the trenches, not on one side but on both sides. I'm gonna say Caleb Williams.
Blech.
Now you're
Yeah.
chatting.
They can
I
keep
like-
it upright. Yep.
That's actually a good pick too, because like you're saying, if the offensive line does play well, I mean, he threw what, over 3,000 yards. I mean, obviously the
Yeah.
touchdown
20-some
volume wasn't
touchdowns.
there, but that was on a bad offensive line, a rookie season. I mean, yeah, we can talk about the sophomore slump. Having said that, fantasy, he can slump all he wants to, as long as he throwing fucking touchdowns. So
Listen, I didn't get the memo that you guys are inflating Chicago's hoops and dreams, but you're not pulling the wool over my eyes. Stop
Oh
it.
yeah, I saw
Hold
what Billy
on.
was doing. I see what Billy's doing.
He back in this year.
I got my eyes on yous.
I see what Billy. Hey, you gonna cheer for Caleb this year, buddy?
I'm definitely not cheering for Caleb, bro. Listen, I'm doubling down on what I said last year. I'm doubling down on what I said last year. If Caleb does not show me more than what Justin showed me, I'm not on the bandwagon, bro. He's got to show me more. So he's got to break 4,000 yards this year. We got to have 10 wins, and he's got to have a 3-to-1 interception ratio.
Forward.
God damn.
Damn.
it's true, yeah, bro.
That's great.
Ryan, watch your mouth, bro. Watch
yo.
it.
Hey, speaking of Justin Fields,
Yo,
I gotta
Ryan,
give
go
it to
get
the
your
Jets.
retainer.
I gotta give it.
Go get some lotion. What's up, Drew?
Hey, I've been
Go
talking
ahead.
shit about the Jets lately, but damn, they made a great contract with Justin Fields.
Yeah. With
He's
that
not a bad
contract,
answer for the
I'm
question.
never drafting Garrett Wilson.
He might have a nice thing.
So I do have I have a very serious, hard hitting question now for the whole panel. Who gets suspended first, DK Metcalf or George Pickens for fighting?
Where
Both.
she Rice.
Both. Both would be suspended because they're gonna fight each other
I don't think
in
so.
the commentary booth before the game.
Poor Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Mike.
I think
Poor Mike.
He's
I
gonna
think
strangle
DK.
Aaron Rodgers though.
I think DK is going to bring out the gold fingernail polish, and him and they're gonna.
I would trade for George Pickens right now. I'm
Why-
gonna give up a third.
Why can't anybody paint a narrative like they might get along and join forces and just beat people up together?
That's what I said. That's why I said they're gonna paint their nails together, and they're
What,
gonna
like the Brothers of Destruction? What,
Yeah.
like Kane and Undertaker?
Exactly.
so they're gonna throw a shallow slant to George Pickens, and then DK is gonna stiff arm one guy and run him 30 yards down the field. So this way, it's like a freight train. He can just follow.
Yeah.
Or DK or George Pickens catches the ball over the middle, and then DK stiff arms him, takes the ball and runs it for touchdown.
Tackles him.
Damn, you're being
tackles him.
nasty. You've been hanging out with Burrito too much.
That's bro.
That's
Oh,
funny.
God.
That's funny.
Oh, God.
That's funny.
Crazy.
Shout out to Burrito.
Yes, sir.
So you brought up James Cook, so I want to talk about him. I do have multiple layers to the question, but one of the beginning of it would be, and I know you won't answer. You're talking, call me a casual, you yell at me, or call me some name or whatever. But if not the Bills, because I know you like the player himself. I know you're a fan of James Cook. Where do you think, if not the Bills, where do you see him being successful right now?
He's not leaving.
I think. Well,
I don't
Nikki
think
doesn't
he's
believe he's
either.
Nikki doesn't believe he's leaving. I don't know. Just because, but if we're talking hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, to me, not because I think the owner is smart, but I think if James Cook is in Dallas, I think it changes
Bingo.
a lot about Dallas. I'm just gonna be real. Like the offensive line is not that great, right? Dakota Prescott is annoying. However, Dakota Prescott is at his best when he has a running game to lean on. And if you look at James Cook volume, James Cook is a guy that we can honestly say, bro, can get the job done in an offense where he has a guy on the outside. He has a quarterback that's going to at least move the offense up and down the field. So Dallas would be one of those spots that I think he would really, soar in.
Yep.
I see what and
Sorry, piggyback off that fucking to save Vegas from doing some dumb shit at 7, go grab James Cook, then go grab that lineman from LSU.
So I was gonna say, and that's not bad too, Bets. That's not bad either. Bro, in Stevie Wonder's words, I see what you're saying.
That's fine.
That makes some sense right there.
Fine.
That makes some sense. And to Reese's question, I think you do go get Genty because I feel like Genty is the right move for that offense, especially now that you got a guy like Geno who, like, you want Geno to manage.
Who's going to block for him?
Right? Yo, listen, and more importantly, I think you give him another running back that can take the ball out of his hands. Yo, Geno has no problem doing this.
Okay, I'm gonna go against you on that, Drew. This is such a deep running back draft. I think you go tap, you get that wide receiver, and then you go running back later because you got the two Ohio State boys in the second round. You got the kid from Carolina who's a beast.
Oh, Hampton.
So here's why.
You give Pete Carroll another Marshawn Lynch 2.0. Is what
you get that at the Ohio State boys.
I'm sorry. Listen. One of those Ohio State boys, I forget. So the guy who was their number 2 back, his footwork is horrible. I watched him in the Deuce Staley drill. He got tangled up going left to right out of that drill. The other kid, he's marginally better. I question his vision. Now, with getting a guy like Genty, you already know what you're getting from Genty. You already know his maximum output as far as being a running back. And then 2, like, you're building him into a structure that I see where they're going. I believe that there are more project running backs in this loaded running back draft class than there are project wide receivers. So you can go and get a 3rd round wide receiver in that offense and be way better off than getting a 3rd round running back that you have to work into with vision and ball placement and, reading the zone. I just think Genty is the better fit because they're now, and then you worry about who that second receiver is that you're going to put in, or who that, to be honest with you, potentially who your number 1 receiver is going to be in that room with a guy like Brock Bowers as your tight end.
Because you still have Jaden Higgins, Savion Williams, Jalen Royals later on in the draft.
I think this is a weaker. I think it's a weaker wide receiver draft than it is running back draft. So I think you get a better running back than you'll get. I disagree with you on that. I think there are nice guys out there, but this is not last year's draft. There's one receiver that might be in the top.
So clarity in what you're saying. Weaker as in number of receivers, or weaker in potential?
A potential number ones and potential number ones. I think it's weaker in potential number 1 wide receivers.
And Reese,
I don't think you'll get a Thomas at number 13. You're not going to get that kind of production out of him.
So we had this conversation last year, and I think it's fair to say I was correct on what I said. That running back class of the wide receiver class last year, there was a larger gap from the guys who were at the top of that list to everybody else. I think it's
4 of them though, 4 or 5 though, brother.
And then 6 through everybody else were.
I'm saying, who are you gonna call 6? What are you saying 6? Ladd? Ladd was still good.
Name the top 5. Name the top 5 receivers from last year.
Dylan, and Dylan.
There you go.
I was saying Harrison,
and everybody else.
Neighbors, Thomas, Ladd, Keon Coleman had. I was saying, what?
No. We're talking.
You meant where they got drafted?
We're just talking. We're talking so not where they got drafted, but who were the top 5 drafted receivers last year? Like as far as in totality through the season, at the end of the year, you can
A
say,
doomsday?
okay,
I didn't even say a doomsday. God damn, that's like 4 right there.
Like
you
5.
you gave me
That's like
5.
5.
All right,
Okay,
who's number 6 then?
Harrison.
No, you
Ladd is.
can't. No, you can't say Harrison because I'm gonna tell you right now, Harrison fell off a cliff.
He
He
still
had
had a
that
solid.
one
We're
good.
talking about a rookie. We're talking about a
Harrison
solid
was
rookie
never on
season.
it, bro.
Yo,
He had
listen,
that one good game, and he just.
But I'm saying he still had a great rookie season. Okay, again, if
he did
Harrison
not
is
have a
in
great
this
rookie
draft,
season. We're not gonna
he's
do that.
number 1. I'm
We're
not
not
saying
gonna.
great. I'm saying he had a nice rookie season for a rookie. Let's be
Well, I'd
real.
take Xavier Leggett over Harrison's rookie season.
Then you're
I'll give you
a
that.
moron.
I'll
Then
give
you are a
you
complete
that.
Hold on,
moron.
Where you
You
are?
are
As like
you
a
are a
numbers
complete
wise,
moron.
I'll
numbers
I'll
give you.
take.
wise,
Yo, and listen, and I
did
wasn't
they
big
still
on
have a better
Xavier
season
Worthy.
than?
I wasn't big on
You a
Xavier
complete
Worthy, but I'll
The
give you
fact that
Xavier Worthy over
I
Marvin
don't.
and
Harrison.
worthy and
No, I'm
worthy.
still
God,
taking
I
Xavier.
forgot about worthy.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
you're just moving the goalpost at this point now.
Yeah,
How am I
because
moving the goalposts? You only got one receiver that
He
people think are in the
asked.
top 10.
I'm not
this year.
talking about. I'm not talking about where they were drafted. I'm talking about where
Like where they finish?
where they finished. Because to be honest with you, and I'm agreeing with Ravens, and I said this last year,
No,
and
I'm
I'll
good.
say it again. I'm not big on Xavier Worthy. He doesn't. Nothing jumps off the page for me, and nothing has jumped off the page for me. But if we're talking about where they finished, Xavier Worthy had a better year than the number 1 pro-ready big name receiver that got drafted last year in Marvin Harrison. And now, whatever your context is and what you want to say, his quarterback play was bad. Murray is a running quarterback that doesn't read. He was wide open down the field and he didn't see him. Fine, no
Plays too much
problem.
Call of Duty.
I think I'll totally agree with you. Harrison dropped a lot of contended passes. I didn't think he would do that. But I'm saying again, we're talking about last year's draft had 6 or 8 wide receivers that were first round quality wide receivers. This year's class maybe have
It's not
2.
happening this year.
It's not
Hey,
happening.
Yeah, it may be 2 or 3.
Xavier Worthy is just a healthy John Ross.
You're
Man,
cooking.
you are
Well,
crazy as
you are
hell.
cooking.
Stop.
Yeah,
You are crazy.
Ravens. Yeah,
Hold on,
Ravens.
wait,
Let's
wait,
go.
wait, wait.
What?
Hold on.
He's
You
just a
are
healthy
crazy.
John Ross, bro.
Do you think it's the system?
He's doing his jet sweep. Yeah, no, the system is different because in
System
Cincinnati,
is
Dude's
like
catching the ball
system is
all
like
over
if
the
you
field.
if
John
you put
Ross
John
ran
I
Ross
like
2
this
routes.
guy. I like
if
this
you
guy. We got to
if
bring him
you
John
back
Ross
next
Came
week.
on
ran
and
you
2
told
put
me
routes.
John
John
Ross in the
Ross
Kansas
ever
City
was
system,
productive.
no,
Never.
All right,
because he was hurt. He was hurt.
One at a time, please.
Dude was hurt when he first came in. Like he went into the league. He got hurt in the combine. So he already had a rough start. He couldn't get healthy. Add
Well,
Mitch up there.
No, John, I was never a John Ross fan, but anyway.
Yeah, this is still John Ross.
Let's talk. Let's focus on this year, right? We have seen a lot of teams trying to make themselves better through this free agency frenzy that they're going through right now, which I think is obviously going to lead into the draft. And I think tomorrow is going to change a lot of the draft strategies for a lot of teams based on what they sign, who signs. You know, it could go 1,000 different ways, man. You know, again, it could. To Bro's point earlier, Trey Hendrickson could be on the move, right? He could sign with the Bills. You know, which I think is a great signing for them. You know, T could be on the move. There could be a lot of other guys that we're not hearing right now that could be on the move that actually go on the move tomorrow. And I think that's I think in a whole, it's definitely gonna dictate where the draft goes. Speaking of the draft, remember that Thursday night, which I believe I'll have to look at the calendar. We'll put it out there. If you want to come up on this panel with us during the draft, the live draft, that Thursday, that night 1, we are looking for representatives from every team. Well, teams that are not represented by us already. So, you know, if you're an outsider coming in, I'm sorry. You're a Bills fan, sorry, we already got one. You're a Bears fan, sorry, we already got one. Raiders fan, sorry, we got one. Panthers,
Hey, so what if we have a double? What if we have double of one team? Are they both coming up here?
yeah, like we've done before with Reese and Snow.
Yeah, Ravens. Don't be asking no damn questions like that.
Hey, you watch your mouth down there.
Hey,
Yeah,
what?
watch your mouth, buddy. Hey, yeah, two
Watch your
Panther fans.
mouth.
The Panthers
Watch your
already.
mouth.
There's 2.5
Watch your
Panther fans on
mouth.
this panel. Okay, 2.5.
2.5 is
2.5.
crazy.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
We
Wow.
got Wes. You know Wes. Wes is a closet Panther fan.
Why,
Wow. Damn,
credit?
Wes.
Wow, Wes.
Why get half the credit?
Damn.
So I think a name that is going to be valuable for a team that needs an offensive line guy, I think, and granted his age does play a part. Kevin Zeitler.
Who?
I think
Yeah.
He's a guard.
he's a decent, serviceable guard that if you put him on a team that just needs that piece, right?
Hey, he was good in Baltimore.
Giants.
What about Tevin Jenkins? What about Tevin Jenkins?
Injury.
Injury problem.
The Giants, they need a guard. You put him in that lineup for the Giants. Might get you a year out of whoever you draft. Build up. And you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, does somebody have an echo?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
somebody's got
it's just your
Oh,
ears.
wow.
No, it sounds like somebody got an echo.
It's like belly.
Hello. Hello.
No, we'll see. I mean, I think tomorrow, I would assume one of us go live on TikTok or be in someone's live on TikTok and talk about what's going to be going down tomorrow.
Hey, Mitch, you called it though. With Baltimore signing or trading for a receiver.
Yeah, no, they need to, man.
I said, does D Hop move the needle for y'all right now?
No.
He's just a decoy, bro. He's just a decoy.
Decoy.
So in other words, he's Odell Beckham.
Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with sports, right? Y'all play Street Fighter before, right? My fight money.
What the fuck did you mute me?
No, I wanted to hear where the echo.
The echo?
Yeah, I'm trying to hear what this echo is. Hey, Mitchell.
From Bro.
Yo.
Hold on.
It was coming from Bro, but it stopped.
Somebody watching on their laptop. Somebody watching the Twitch or the YouTube.
Hold on, Reese. What you had a question for me?
I have a question, Mitchell. I'm looking for something. Something happened last week. I didn't get what I needed. I need to hear something from my friend.
We've actually moved on. That was not on the agenda that Mitch sent out today. So
No. There's two things that need to happen. It's one.
No, we moved on. That was not on the.
That doesn't get moved on. That doesn't get moved on.
Talking about?
So let me, Wes. I'll address.
So you got to show up to the Discord a lot more.
Man, look, man.
Bro, when I'm done,
I'm trying.
I have to address. I would like for you to tell you wanted to tell us something earlier. So definitely that. Reese, number one, it was addressed. That's number one. Number two, there is no way on God's green earth that you're getting an apology out of me online.
Wow, you're not a man of your word.
Listen, with all the I never said I was going to do that. So I got.
You didn't say that.
No, I gave you. Listen, behind closed doors and on private conversation. I gave you
behind closed doors.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
Hey, hold on a second. I already told you. You and I had a conversation, and we squashed it. If you're going to push it further, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm a man of my word. I told you. You kept on bumping the gums. I was going to hit the button, and I hit the button. So if anything, you should be thanking me for being a great friend.
Oh, brother.
And you know,
you see how trash you sound right now? I gotta get
Check those Cito cuz.
Listen,
you see how trash you sound right now?
Can I say something?
Real quick, Drew. One last thing. Reese, in front of everybody, I want you to say this in one time only. You ready?
Ready.
Come a little closer to the screen so you can.
You suck.
I am not going to apologize.
Wow. Wow.
I love you.
Wow.
Listen, I love you to death.
Wow. I can't even get that. I can't even get that.
Listen, you're my brother from another mother.
Holy shnikes.
Just not getting it. Bro,
Okay.
No, hold on.
Wait.
Drew had a follow-up question to what I said. True.
It was just a little quick statement. I just want to say I think that was the funniest moment we've had on this entire show since I've been a part of this, and I just want to thank. I want to thank you, Mitch, and Reese.
Wow.
I want to thank you most importantly for being the catalyst for that hilarious moment because my stomach was hurting after the show because of how much I played back like the disappearance of yours.
Wow. Disrespect was public. The apology ain't. I got you. My next thing, just before we even start, I got kicked off because I was battling 5 Carolina fans, and then
that's not why you got kicked off. I told you why you got kicked off.
Because you want to add in Florida.
No, because you couldn't stop bumping your gums.
I'm getting attacked by 5 people, but I'm the one
You
that
were
got
getting
stopped.
attacked.
I'm getting attacked.
Now you were being attacked.
Yo, you sound like a Duke fan right now, bro.
Now he's a victim.
You sound like a Duke fan right
now.
now.
I'm a victim. Hey, well, I guess a victim is a winner now. Hey, what happened in the game, fellas?
Yo, don't nobody care.
Yo,
nobody cares now.
Nobody care. Yo, listen, that wasn't even a part of the conversation, though. That wasn't even a part of the conversation. No one, not one of us said that North Carolina was going to beat Duke in that game.
Oh, none of y'all said that? We can replay the show.
None of us. You.
Oh no, man. I might have said it because I'm delusional. Carolina
delusional.
Thank you for being a man, Snow.
Yo, delusional don't count.
Whatever, man.
Robo said it too.
Oh man, whatever. Let's go, bro. What was you gonna say, bro? Let's go.
Oh, so on March 27th, I have a mock presentation for a nonprofit organization that I'll be starting here soon, here in New York. It's going to be geared towards kids the ages of 10 to 17. And I'm going to be reaching out to, all my friends and, even the enemies, to understand that don't take out on the children because you dislike me. I'm going to give more details about what it's about and what I'm trying to do, but I just would hope that people support and give me the opportunity, because I said something in a live about 4 or 5 months ago. And, a lot of times we say shit in lives that what we going to do and what it is we going to, step to coming into the next year. And sometimes we don't accomplish those things. So I'm steadfast in what I said. But I can't give away the name of it. And the name of it is called Building Bridges. And so it's basically to build bridges, man, so these kids have somewhere to go rather than, hip hop and the dumb stupidity shit that we see with these people that are in positions of power, to give these kids an avenue, man, and a safe place, man, where they can actually be children rather than being, targets or victims. And so I thank you, Mitch, everybody on the panel, man, for all the bull crap that we go through when it pertains to these lives and the podcast. And that's where my focus has been the last few months, so you're not going to see me again live unless it's for those long period of times, because I'll be focusing on that, and I'll be doing more lives geared toward that. You know what I mean? So it's not as if I'm not going to be doing sports. It's not as if I'm not going to be doing the podcast. It's not as if, my friends and loved ones can't, call upon me and want to talk and kick the Willy Bobo, what have you. But in order for me to do what I said, I have to be focused on that. And I think it's something that's very important, especially at this time right now when we're seeing a lot of Black and brown kids continuously go into prison. Not that it's geared toward just Black and brown, but it's highlighted that the majority of the individuals, especially from the age of 16 to 24, Black and brown are the majority in prisons. And so I want to do my part in trying to help these kids get off these streets. So that's what it is.
Hey, much love, man.
Much
love.
Bro, I'm gonna say this to you live. If there's anything that I can do for you on my platform or our platform, Drew, I know Reese, Wes, Snow, Ravens, Backdoor, Belly, we all support you every shape and fashion. So whatever you need, just know, and we got you back on that, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank all of you.
Listen, at the end of the day, we fuck around, but we give you the best fantasy advice. We give you the best sports advice. We know what we're talking about. We're not casuals about it. We're gonna give you our honest takes, right? Because we don't want to look stupid at the end of the day, and we do this every week. We're not ghosting people. We're not coming on and changing our names and changing our format. We stick to sports. And then when we have to talk about important things, we do that as well, right? But this is a sports podcast built by this family. And yes, we are a family. Whether we argue all the time, we don't argue all the time, we argue half the time, it is what it is. We are the NoMaaM Fantasy Sports Podcast. This is our shit. No one man above another. It's just it is what it is. Some are uglier than others. Sorry, Belly. But
That's definitely true.
It is
Damn.
I got more.
but I will. But hold on, real quick. I do want to say something to Belly. I want to thank you
Oh fuck.
because for months you were asking to be on the show, and we were kind of going through a period of trying to find out, what we really needed to do. Like we were trying different things, but I got to tell you, and I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to speak for me. Ever since you joined the show, it's been great. It's been chill. So thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity too.
No doubt.
Billy, you have been good. I was against it at first because I thought you sucked.
Against everybody.
But
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
that's something we didn't know. Like, come on.
you have proved yourself. You proved yourself to be worthy.
We brought up the encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We didn't know we had.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've learned who the 13th string water boy for Western Mississippi State
For the
is.
92 Bears.
Yo, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth.
Watch your
Poverty
mouth.
ass franchise.
Taking a break off this year.
Hey,
I'm taking a break this year.
I'm sorry. My fault. Snow, my bad.
Hey.
I apologize to you.
We got the
Snow.
most luxury of pimp. Okay?
I apologize to you,
Gotta
Snow.
relax.
The fifth richest owner
But
in
straight up,
sports.
and I do want to say this, since we were talking about other things, I'll give you an update on the first lady of NoMaaM. She's getting better. She's feeling better.
You?
She's moving around. I do got to tell you guys this. If anyone knows my wife, knows that she enjoys people watching, or I should say, making fun of people watching.
That's one of my favorite hobbies.
That's what you need to say. That's what she enjoys.
W.
Making fun of people.
W.
So we went out on Sunday. We went food shopping because the princess came.
I'm sorry. You mean the grocery store?
What did you say?
Right.
Like, did you
Did
go
you
to the
say
grocery
food?
store?
Did you say food shopping?
Instead of I'm going by groceries.
That's
It's
some
a white
elitist
people
shit,
thing.
yo.
That's
Time out. Black people don't eat food?
No, I'm saying
We
don't
like,
say it like
I've
that.
never heard
Mitch.
food shopping.
food shopping.
We either go to the supermarket or we go grocery shopping.
Grocery
You're
shopping.
not gonna grocery
I've
shopping.
never been food shopping.
Yeah, we about to go op shopping tomorrow.
Hey, yo, chill.
We're gonna get them ops. We're gonna shop for them.
Listen, listen, and the definition of the difference is that you just buy a couple of things here and there for those
Right,
next
so
couple of days.
I went grocery shopping for the week.
Okay, 'cause you
Mitchell
said
went back to
food
the
shopping.
1920s.
That's
We're
two
going
extra
food shopping.
syllables.
Yo,
They say the same shit.
I just picture you rolling up
This is
somewhere
why you
and
got your ass
pointing.
kicked last week. You want to repeat? We can show 2 weeks in a row. Listen, so we're at the grocery store,
Supermarket.
the supermarket, the food emporium.
You call the supermarket a grocery store. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
And it was tough. Like she was walking around, it was tough for her. But then she saw a bunch of people that she can make fun of, and she instantly felt better.
Yo, wait a minute. So hold on, wait. You didn't get Jen the motorized scooter to like dip around it?
I tried. She did not want nothing to do with
She's
it.
not taking no scooter.
Yo, Jen, stop
she's
playing.
not
Yo,
taking-
stop playing,
You don't want to
Jen.
whip the I mean?
Yo,
She's
Jen,
not-
stop playing.
she's
Yo,
not
you
ta-
whip.
she's
Yo,
not taking no scooter.
yo, Jen, if you're listening, stop playing. Get in the supermarket Maserati. And do
She
your
will
thing.
not take. Drew, she will not take no scooter. You might as
Man,
well.
listen.
You might as well be speaking to a wall right now.
Man, listen.
That's
Jen,
one.
stop playing.
Hey,
Yeah.
miss. Back in the
Yeah.
20s, we used to pay a nickel for it.
You better
For the Mavs.
supermarket sweep in that Maserati, girl. Stop playing with yourself.
Dude,
Boy, the walk.
Yeah.
dude, this is how bad it's been. I've had to stop her. She wants to do the floors in the bonus.
Yep.
set.
That's Jim.
You can
Gangsta.
let her
That's
finish
Jim.
it. Not even 2 weeks yet. Settle back. But
Gangsta.
anyway, speaking of, I have to go take her. I see. I don't even say because you guys are gonna get nasty. I have to go assist my wife, and bringing her upstairs for the evening.
If you say it that way, then yes.
I didn't say it. What?
You say it, yo.
I gotta deliver her to her room.
Yo, Mitch, is it a black light or a red light?
Yo, yo.
Drew,
Hey, yo!
Drew, it's
Thank you
both.
for coming out. God bless and good night.
Oh, it's a black light that then I turn on to it. Anyway, listen. Shout out to the NoMaaM Nation. Shout out to the greatest panel in podcast history. Shout out to the greatest co-host in podcast history. Shout out to the guy that will never, and I mean never, get an apology out of me, but I love him to death. Shout out to the guy that gets goldfish stuck in his face every 5 minutes. Appreciate you. Snow, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Love y'all. And by the way, Jared, DC is garbage.
Trash.